Hello and welcome back to Building on a Budget Models. I'm Thomas and this is the third and final part of the Mercedes AMG GT3 in 1/24th scale by Tamiya. I'm starting here with the rear wing. It comes with this really nice AMG decal which has got carbon fibre pattern on it. So I decided to find some similar Tamiya carbon fibre and cut some out for the underside as well. I cut a couple of slits in the decal in the right place for the wing supports to go. A bit of UMP strong decal solution really helped these adhere into place nicely. Now for the side parts of the rear wing, firstly they are in black, but they need to be yellow around the outside. So I firstly sprayed them in some gloss yellow from Tamiya, then painted the backside of them in semi-gloss black. Then these AMG decals slid into place really nicely. Used a bit of strong decal solution to help them adhere to the little screw holes. Now these supports actually go into place really nicely without any need for glue at all, which is what I would recommend as well. As for the sides, there's a small horizontal kind of pin to fit into place. I used a bit of Gorilla Glue gel to fit these. Now I bought these aftermarket Michelin decals and also these ones here from interdecal.de to supplement the ones that I'd made. These were ones which I found that I couldn't make because they were printed in white or they were partially transparent, or I just wasn't happy with how the tyre decals that I made went. Firstly, I put these Michelin Man ones onto the sides, and then these horizontal Michelin decals go into this kind of strange place around the back. There's also these H&R decals that go at the front and the rear. Unfortunately, I didn't have all the decals to completely accurately recreate the car, but I've done most of them, and this certainly looks different now to the stock livery. Now the wheels are slightly different at the front and the rear, the front being slightly smaller. Also, there is a right way and a wrong way to fit the tyres. You want them to be positioned with the inner kind of ring towards the outside of the tyre. Then I've got these Michelin decals that I bought from Interdecal to go on the outside. I found that I didn't have 8 that were exactly the same size, so I used the smaller ones at the front. Now the back side of the chrome grille needs to be semi-gloss black, so I covered the front up really carefully with some Tamiya masking tape and then sprayed the backside with black satin paint from Wilko. Really happy with the effect it gave here. It means that you still get that deep chrome shine on the front. It's nice that you get window masks with this set. There's a faint line to show you exactly where they need to go, and then I masked up the rest to protect them from overspray. Then used the same satin black paint as I had used on the grille, and I'm pretty happy with the effect that that has given. Did the same with the rear window, and then gave these a bit of a test fit before gluing them into place. Now the grille also has this surround, which has these bars in the middle to maintain its shape. It's important to sand some of the burrs away from these so it fits nicely. This was also done in semi-gloss black. There's also a very small tow hook that goes into the grille here. That was painted in matte red, and then a little bit of Gorilla Glue gel was used to secure it into place. The black surround goes on, and then there is mesh to be used in several places. For the grille at the front, cut out the corner where it needs to go around the tow hook, and then I used a little bit of the same Gorilla Glue gel around the edge and pushed it down carefully. And I'm pretty happy with that. There's these black vents that go in here just at the top of the bonnet, and then the grille went into the front. These slots on either side, one of them has the fuel caps and the other side is just a kind of bare piece. There's also some vents that need mesh on the inside of the body as well. I then added my own decals to the windows, like this Essen Motor Show one and this Gran Turismo sunstrip at the front. Be really careful if you're using homemade decals, as they don't like to be moved around and they can be torn really easily. This bit for the windscreen wipers goes at the front, and then I fit the windows into place. Used a bit of BOAB Smith Super Gold to do this, as it's a foam safe super glue. Really happy with that. Now the headlights were done in semi-gloss black, and then you add the chrome parts to show where the bulbs would be. Use Gorilla Glue gel, but tried to be really careful. There's also this extra light here. The kit instructions suggest it to go on the lens, but I chose to do it on the black part instead. You can't see it very well, unfortunately, though. Now this badge here has a chrome sticker, and then you peel it off and add the decal on top of it with the little three-pointed star. This is a really nice feature. Shiny enamel look to the badge. Similarly, there is a chrome sticker three-pointed star for the rear. Cotton buds are really useful to push these down into place gently. There are then 2 clips on the bonnet at the front and 4 on the boot at the back. There are also little red arrows that go into place on all of these. Helpfully, Tamiya give you more red arrows than you need. This mesh here goes underneath the grille at the front. The radiator here was painted in silver, and then a little bit of semi-gloss black went around the edge, then went in the inside of this vent, which was also done in semi-gloss black. I'm using some super glue gel from Loctite. The exhausts go into both sides here. And I used a little bit of panel line accent to pick out the ends. There are also these vents that go behind both of the wheels. However, you need to put the tail lights into place first. Now the tail lights are made up of 5 different parts. There's 2 parts here for this chrome housing. If you're going to super glue it like I did here, make sure that the glue is completely set before adding any clear parts. A little bit of semi-gloss black goes at the bottom. Then I used some red Sharpie for the red part, and then left the other part clear, which goes in between. There's a small decal that goes on the tip, and this secures into place without the need of any glue. Now the lenses here, I used a little bit of black Sharpie around the edge to simulate the rubber. It's actually really awkward to get these into place, so try and sand off any burrs to make sure that they fit in nicely. And then I used a little bit more BOAB Smith Super Gold to secure it. Then the vents go nearby, just behind where the rear tyres will go. The wheels fit on really nicely. It's recommended to do this before putting the car together. Now then, when adding the bodywork, there's a piece which you put above the diffuser at the back, which it clips to, and then when it goes over the front, you kind of push the front bumper back over 2 pinholes, and it should click into place. The rear wing fits in without the need of any glue at all. These fins at the front were super glued, need to be held in place for a little while. The version of the car that I saw had one fuel cap done in red and the other one left in black. There's 2 decals that go in the middle, and the door handles fit into place really nicely with a little bit of super glue. Again, there are these chrome stickers for the mirrors. These are a really nice feature and they're really super reflective. You can use a cotton bud to push it into place and then gently peel off the plastic. There's 2 yellow decals that go on the wing mirrors as well. I realised later that I actually made the wing mirrors a little wonky. You can only notice it when you're looking right at it. And with those aerials, it is finished. I'm pretty pleased with how this has turned out. This is the first car which I've done with intentionally having a kind of matte semi-gloss finish, and I'm pretty happy with how it looks. Also happy that I was able to put my own spin on the livery here, using a mixture of custom decals and aftermarket ones. Please let me know in the comments what you think of this kit, if you've built it, if you plan on getting one. I know that some of my model building friends recently have made different versions of this. It's really, really versatile, and there are so many aftermarket kits. I've seen a fantastic Linkin Park one done by James Williams, also a fantastic Haribo livery done by Chris Pilling. Thank you very much for watching. Please do comment, like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.